Redbridge Information Advice and Support Service is an impartial information advice and support service for children and young people and their parent and carers who live in Redbridge. Across the next 4 videos, we are going to look at EHC plans. These videos are to give professionals the understanding of the reasonings behind EHC plans and why they exist, what they contain, and the importance of professionals' contribution. What is an EHC plan? In 2014, the Children and Families Act became law and introduced a new system on the way support is delivered and provided to children and young people with special education needs and/or disabilities, aged 0 to 25 years old. One of the key changes was the introduction of education, health and care plans, which replaced statements of special educational needs. Education, health and care plans are based on a single assessment process, which not only includes education needs, but health and social care as well. EHCPs are a legal document that describes a child or young person's special educational, health and social care needs, explains the extra help that will be given to meet those needs and how that help will support the child or young person to achieve what they want to in their life. What are special educational needs? A child or young person has SEN if they have a learning difficulty or disability which calls for a special educational provision to be made for him or her. Also, if a child or young person has a disability which prevents or hinders him or her from making use of facilities generally provided for others of the same age in mainstream education. This is clearly stated in the SEN Code of Practice 2014. The SEN Code of Practice. The SEN Code of Practice is referred to when looking at EHCPs. The SEN Code of Practice is the statutory guidance on duties, policies and procedures relating to the Children and Families Act 2014 and associated regulations. Local authorities, education and social care, must have regard to the Code of Practice. This means that whenever the local authority is making decisions, they must consider what the Code says. They cannot ignore it. They must fulfil their statutory duties towards children and young people with SEN or disabilities. Local authorities must be able to demonstrate in their arrangements that they are fulfilling their statutory duty with regards to the Code. Section 19 Principles. Section 19 of the Children and Families Act sets out the general principles that local authorities must have regard to when supporting disabled children and young people and those with SEN. Local authorities must pay attention to the views, wishes and feelings of children and their parents and young people, the importance of them participating as fully as possible in decision making and providing the information and support to enable them to do so, supporting children and young people's development and helping them to achieve the best possible educational and other outcomes. What does an EHC plan cover? The EHC plan should, wherever possible, cover 4 key themes: learning and future employment, home and independence, friends, relationships and community, and health and well-being. Although the plan can include health and social care needs, a child will not get a plan if they only have health or social care needs that do not affect their education. It is important for all services that a child or young person is known to participate in the completion of an EHC plan. There are steps in the process of obtaining support through an EHCP. These videos are to help explain the processes to professionals and how their contribution is vital to the process. The following videos will look at who needs an EHC plan, SEN support within education settings and requesting an EHC plan needs assessment, contents of an EHC plan and timescales for the EHC plan, professionals' contribution to EHC plans.